Good morning, Sensei family. My name is Amy Stevens, and I'm a Superstar Director in North Idaho, about an hour and a half away from the Canadian border. And I'm so excited to share with you guys today the different ways that I do fragrance flower parties and how I sell our wonderful fragrant flower products. So when COVID hit, it totally changed our businesses, right? Like people who have never partied online before, who have never done bag parties before. I mean, even bag parties was hard to get for me, anyways, during COVID, because no one wants to stick their nose in all your testers, right? So for me, during COVID, and now we're kind of coming out of it. Definitely in Idaho, we're able to go into homes now and do parties, and people are more open to it. But I know a lot of other places are still locked down. So I wanted to share a few different ways that I really focused in on fragrance flowers last year in 2020 and how they were so successful for me. So the very first kind of party I want to talk about is a Zoom ladies' night in coloring party. I'm going to share my screen with you and show you how I did this. Okay, so I would send this screen or this Google Doc, and I will share these in the comments on the YouTube video. Please don't fill it out. You can make a copy of it if you would like. But okay, so I would ask everyone who placed an order. It does not even matter if it was for wax, warmers, cleaning products, anything. Anytime somebody came to me with an order, that was a great time for me to touch base with them and say, hey, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your order. I would love to get this stuff for you for free. I'm doing this new Zoom party. It's called the Ladies' Night In. You don't have to clean your house. You don't have to get out of your pajamas. You can wear your Zoom outfit, right? Which is a cute shirt on the top and then your leggings on the bottom. Everyone's guilty of that from COVID. And we can host a ladies' night in. Just grab a beverage, grab some friends. I'll do all of the work for you as far as getting the pre-orders and the forms sent out. And you just do the follow-up. You just do your host coaching, right? So this is the form that I would send them if they're like, heck yeah, absolutely. I want to earn free Scentsy. Like, great, who doesn't? They make great gifts. Okay, so this is my form. Flower coloring ladies night in. You can say whatever you want in here, but mine pretty much just says, hey, I'm super excited to do this flower coloring ladies night in on Zoom. No need to clean your house, no need to get dressed. Grab yourself a fancy beverage and meet us online at your chosen time. If you want to do it in home, choose that option. So I did leave that option open for my customers because some people were so sick of being home, right? And stuck in their house that they're like, I need to have some friends over. I need a glass of wine. Like, come on, bring it on. So if you want to have it in home, choose that option. The flowers are pre-ordered and shipped to your guests. So since it is online on Zoom, I'll show you the next form that I have, but when they would order, I would just go directly to my workstation, do an individual order and ship it directly to the customer. So the host didn't have to deal with going and meeting up people, right? Because remember, 2020, we're in the heart of COVID. You didn't forget, right? Okay, so it just has name, email, cell. Which one do you prefer, online or ladies' night in my house? So that was the very first form that I would send to them if they said absolutely yes. Okay, so then if they say yes, I say, okay, perfect. I'm going to send you a form. I want you to send it to all the ladies that you want to invite and just say something along the lines of, I don't give scripts because I don't like it to come across like, hey girl, I'm having a ladies' night in. My friend Amy is hosting it for us. Want to come? Like, I just don't love scripts, right? So I would just say, invite them like you're inviting them over to your house if it wasn't COVID, right? Make it sound like you. And here's the link to send with it. So then I would give them the link to this. And as you can see, there's 20 responses up here. It was super popular for me. And I actually delete my responses when I don't need them in there anymore. So these were very, very successful. So this is my Google Doc that they would send out to their friends. Flower coloring ladies night in, fill out this form to pre-order your flower, and then I'll send you an invoice via email. So I do my invoicing through Square. So I would send them a Square invoice. So first and last name, mailing address, email, cell phone. So you want all this information, you guys, because you're going to put this into your workstation, right? This isn't just for you to have just to look at on your Google Doc or just for your information. Put this stuff in your workstation because every time you put an email in there and you check to say that they want to get your newsletter, the newsletter that Cincy does for us every single month will go out to them. Any promotional emails will go out to them. So don't miss that step. Very, very important. Okay, so email, cell, whose party you're attending, and which flowers you would like. Obviously, I have not done any of these since the spring summer catalog has come out. We're in month 3 and I have not updated this. So you'll have to update this if you are going to use it. But all the scents are in here. And then I also put this in there. Would you like anything else ordered? Shop here and I'll bring it to the ladies' night to save some shipping costs. I changed that to because I went to a house. If you're just doing Zoom only, you can just say shop here and I'll ship it with your flower. Yes, please see next box. No. If you answered yes, what would you like? And then they just type it in there. And I just said, I'll provide the Sharpies. I can't wait to see you. Okay, so then you create your Zoom link and you share it with your customer and say, hey, send this out to everyone. I took it a step further and sent out the Zoom link to everyone's email. And I also used Project Broadcast and I sent it out via text. If you don't use Project Broadcast, Hit 'em Up's a great app too that you can send out a mass text that looks just like a one text coming from someone. Or you can just send it out individually. That's totally fine too. You don't need to be all crazy fancy. Okay, I'm just making work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, so I create the Zoom link and I email it out and I text it out the day of. Hey ladies, just a reminder, our flower coloring ladies night in on Zoom is tonight at 6. I can't wait to see you there. Grab your favorite beverage and a Sharpie and I'll see you there. So I got these at a craft store. I don't even know what they're used for. Probably, I mean, it looks like an ornament, right? But I just cut this part off and I send this to my host and she can give them out to everyone. If you watch Wendy's YouTube video on how she does her fragrance flower parties, she gets them on Amazon and they're smaller, which is so much better. Sometimes the Target Bullseye Dollar, whatever it's called, it's called Target Dollar Stop, will have something similar to this. But I give these to all my guests, especially if I'm going in home, because these add such a great, like, it's just a cute little gift, right? And this flower is obviously colored black and it's super old. It doesn't even have oil on it anymore. But just like this, just so they have something cute to take home with them or just to add decor in their house. And every time they see this, even when their flower is gone, they're going to think of you. So I take one of these to them. Okay, so I send out the Zoom link. We jump on. I don't talk about anything else except fragrance flowers unless they have questions about Scentsy. At the very end, though, I do say thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun, and I was so excited to see you. Right now, people are kind of over Zoom, but it was so fun to get together and everyone be on one screen and just sit there and have like a ladies' night in and talk about life and husbands and kids and all the things that we really are missing out right now in like our human life, right? So I just have them grab their Sharpie, whatever color that they want. And if you don't know how to color a fragrance flower, there's tons of videos on YouTube that you can watch. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. So this one was with a black Sharpie. I was hoping it would turn purple, but it didn't. So, but this one's super old. You can kind of see it's kind of falling apart. But there's that one. And then this one is also super old, older than that one. And I colored it with a pink Sharpie. Okay, so that's how I did I'm crossing it off on my notes. That's how I did my Zoom coloring parties. Now, in-home coloring parties, you can do it the same way. You can change up your Google Doc. You can make a separate one. I'm personally out of room on my Google Drive, which is why you are seeing cross messages there on my Google Docs because I only have room for one. Okay, so you can do an in-home coloring party as well. I just sent out the same form that said, I'll bring your flower to the party. I brought all the Sharpies. I just bought one set of Sharpies for the fall season last year, and they're still good to go. I could use them another season. and I just take all the flowers with me. And I also would take some extras if I had them on hand. If you don't have them on hand, obviously totally fine. I need a drink of coffee. It's 5:30 in the morning. If you don't have any extras on hand, totally fine. But if you had an over $200 party from people sending you their Google form and you placed the order to take the flowers to the home party with you, snag some free and half price ones and take them with you, because you never know who is going to either A, show up without ordering a flower and say, hey, do you have any extras? Or B, they see how fun they are and they're like, oh my gosh, my mother-in-law's birthday is next week. I need an extra. Do you have one with you? Absolutely. Here you go. What scent do you want? So that's what I would do personally if I had some on hand, or I placed an order and had some free and half price items, right? Take it to them and they can take them home that day. So I did that. I also wanted to throw something else in here that was super fun, kind of thinking outside the box when we were doing our in-home flower coloring party. I did a lot of these in the fall and the ladies loved it. So it was a total ladies night in. So I took a flower and then I surprised them with a spa night. So I got these bowls from the dollar store, Dollar General, whatever, plastic bowls. And I took 2 or 3 different bags of Scentsy soap. I took a hand cream and I took a body cream. And if anyone wanted to, while we we're coloring our flowers, we would soak our feet in bath soak. And once we were done coloring our flowers, we'd just dry off our feet, put on the body cream on our feet, the hand cream on our hands, and it was a total like spa night, ladies night in, coloring our flowers. It was super fun. So I just want to throw that in there. I know it didn't have anything to do with flowers, but I loved it. It was so much fun and everyone loved it. It was so fun around Christmas with all the Christmas decorations and the tree. It was just a vibe, you guys. It's pretty bougie. Okay, next up, I want to talk about a salon party. So if you have not watched Wendy's Keith Newgas's video on, Callie posted it this morning. If you have not watched that yet, you guys watch it. She is amazing. She's a ball of energy. I love Wendy. But she has a form, and I will actually share my screen again because I have it pulled up. So she actually shares this Google Drive here with you guys in that YouTube video. You can click on these and this, it's all updated and you can print these off. You can change your tax rate and it shows you how. Okay, and then this one, oops, gives you the directions on how to do it. So you just print these off and take them into whatever business you are doing a fragrance flower party at. I'm not going to go into it, but I do want to say that I did get my hair done last weekend and the bathroom in that salon was so stinky. So I'm like, okay, I'm bringing you a fragrance flower. And she's like, okay, absolutely. I took her in one of those sheets, and she's bought an additional flower to sit at her station for her hair. And if anyone asks, they're just going to do what Wendy said, scan that code that takes them straight to my Venmo, type in which scents they want, and I'm going to place the order for. And I told her that for every 10 flowers that she sells at her station, I will bring her a new flower every time the oil runs out, which is 60 days, right? 60 to 90 days. These last about 2 to 3 months. So that's the salon party. And I also want to talk about open houses. If you are in a state that is starting to open back up and you feel comfortable with having people come over to your house, masks or no masks, I did an open house early this year, and it was amazing. So I had all my stuff set up, right? And then I had a station over on the side that had just whatever on-hand flowers that I had. They were just stacked up in a pile. And people were like, what is this? And I had my Sharpies there and like a cute little Rae Dunn mug. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're fragrance flowers. They're $16. If you want to color it here, you can. Don't open your oil because your oil has to travel home. So if you want to color it, just pull out the flower and just color the tips if you're just hanging out with your friends. So many people did it and loved it, you guys. So now that I say that, I need to follow up with them, right? Follow up with them, see how they love their flower, and see if they want to do their own in-home ladies' night in flower coloring party. So that is it. That's all I have today for you folks. I hope you have a great rest of your, what's today, Thursday. I'm catching a plane to Boise. We have our Superstar Director Summit this weekend, and I am hanging out with some friends down in Boise. So I'm gonna go pack my bags. So have a great, great, great Thursday, you guys. And thank you so much, Callie and Heather and everyone else who are putting this on. I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, just post in the comments. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. I'll post all the links to all my things. Okay. I hope it helped you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.